So we discussed how at the UN, Trump decided, I'm just going to block the Palestinian Authority, so the Palestinian delegation, from coming to the UN meeting, the General Assembly. And, it's just a total fucking dickhead move. Obviously because the U.S. and Israel are genociding Gaza, but also because they're doing a slow motion, complete and utter takeover and annexation of the West Bank, where the Palestinian Authority rules. And so it's honestly just adding insult to injury to say we're not going to allow the Palestinian delegation to come to New York and partake in the UN General Assembly. Now, at the same time that's going on, they apparently allowed Iran to the UN, but they had severe restrictions. Like, I saw some article that they weren't allowed in Costco or some shit. Like, they're so petty. They're so pathetic. They're so vindictive. Like, the US and Israel just launched an illegal attack on Iran, but then we're also going to, have strict terms about, what they can do while they're at the UN. It's incredible. Like, what a joke. What a joke this country is. But at the same time, all that's going on. You ready for this? So here's Marco Rubio, and he is shaking the hand of the new so-called president. This is the new so-called president of Syria. Okay? Shaking his hand. Well, what is there to know about this guy? Well, if you follow this show, you already know this, but this dude literally filmed himself chopping people's heads off for ISIS. Quick correction, it wasn't actually ISIS. It was Al-Qaeda. It was Al-Qaeda. He was an Al-Qaeda commander in Syria during the Syrian civil war. They were trying to topple Bashar al-Assad, and the United States helped arm and fund rebels. Now, at one point early on in the civil war, there was this group called the FSA, the Free Syrian Army, which were generally viewed as more moderate forces. As the war dragged on, the FSA dwindled and basically became nothing. And the only people left in Syria still fighting were hardcore extremists. It was Al-Nusra Front, which is basically a branch of Al-Qaeda. This guy was a seasoned fighter and terrorist for fucking Al-Qaeda. For Al-Qaeda. Now, he's wearing a suit and tie, going to the UN, shaking the hand of fucking Marco Rubio and Trump regime hacks. By the way, Trump's making deals with him too, just so you know. Just making deals with him, no problem whatsoever. So if you're Saudi Arabia and you fund 9/11, totally fine. We'll make business deals. You can give me tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars. Gives Jared Kushner $2 billion. I'll fucking sing your praises. You're this guy who's literally been a terrorist. Trump admitted this in so many words. Remember when he was on his plane and he was like, rough past. This guy had a rough past, didn't he? That was his Trump way of saying, yeah, I know he's a terrorist. I know he beheaded people. I know he was in Al-Qaeda, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? He's not Assad. The reason why they're so anti-Assad is because Assad was aligned with both Iran and Russia. And so now you got this guy. This guy's making overtures like, hey, I'll be with you guys in the West. And so, were you an Al-Qaeda terrorist? Don't care. Welcome to the club. You're not Assad. You're not snuggling up to Russia and Iran and China, so I guess you'll be our ally. By the way, has this ever gone bad before? The U.S. snuggling up to fucking jihadists for political reasons, for political expediency? It's not like that's the literal story of the fucking 1980s when Reagan was in charge, right? Where we armed and funded the Mujahideen because they were fighting the Soviet Union in Afghanistan, and then, would you look at that? Osama bin Laden came out of that, and the number one enemy of the U.S. was created because of our dumbass policy. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. All right, but I'm not done yet. Again, one more time. Here's Marco Rubio shaking the hand of the new Syrian president. Oh, look at them. Some civilized gentlemen that we see here. This is really something special, isn't it? Walking off together. I wonder if they're going to hold hands and sing Kumbaya when they're out there. All right, ready for this? This tweet is still up. U.S. Embassy in Syria. We remain committed to bringing the leading Al-Qaeda fighter in HTS to justice. Stop this terrorist. Mohammed al-Jalani. This is now the guy who is the fucking president of Syria. I say president loosely, the new dictator. $10 million reward. Let me repeat. The U.S. Embassy in Syria still has this tweet up calling for, giving $10 million to somebody who can fucking capture this Al-Qaeda terrorist, or kill probably, right? Insane. So as Mehdi Hassan says, the U.S. government allowed the Syrian president into New York this week for the UN General Assembly while blocking the Palestinian president from coming, but forgot to delete their tweet calling him a terrorist and offering a $10 million reward for his capture. Fucking unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. And you wonder why we talk about how this country's a joke. Well, now you know. By the way, Trump has already been cutting deals with this guy. cutting deals with a former fucking Al-Qaeda leader. At the same time, he will smugly lecture us about the threats of radical Islam. Like, motherfucker, any threats that there are from radical Islam are the people you're arming, you're funding, and you're snuggling up to, you dumb bitch. Unbelievable. But of course, he'll do like a Muslim ban in this country, try to kick out like law-abiding Muslims who work hard and take care of their family and have lived here for decades. You're no good. You gotta go. But a former head of Al-Qaeda, welcome. Welcome with open arms. Come give me a hug, buddy. This is where we're at. This is what this country is. So, you know, if you're keeping score here, we arm 73% of the world's dictatorships, and we're currently besties with the modern-day Adolf Hitler, who's doing a genocide in Gaza right now. That's Benjamin Netanyahu. And we're also snuggling up to literal Al-Qaeda terrorists. Great. Good stuff. This is, I mean, good stuff. You know, when you're younger and you hear somebody call the U.S. the Great Satan, you go, come on, that's absurd. As you get older and you learn more, you go, they kind of got a point. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.